Since that day you saved my life, I have presumed I knew you. But now, 1,000 letters from your father go unopened, yet one scribbled from your sister changes everything? I didn't even know you had a sister. We are broke, old pal. We can't afford a passage back to your old world, back to your family. Not unless you suddenly remembered what work is. Dynamite fishing? You're serious? Well, the village north is always short on food. Remember when we escaped the pits back when? Still some dynamite left. Here it is. Just get plenty of this. Still trying to get used to that smell of char.
What the chimichurri was that boom?
Even more roasted fish. Still trying to get used to that smell of char. All the blistered fish they could ever want.
Ah, that burnt reek. Ugh. Hand over whatever. Here are your tickets. Hurry, drifters. The boat is leaving soon, and nobody wants you to miss it.
So, this is it. We're leaving paradise behind. You never talked much about family and the like. But you're dead serious about this, aren't you? No matter. I made a vow to defend you. And I don't break an oath. Even if a blind man could see you leap into the deepest pit of dung.
I have never asked anything of you, firstborn. Not when you stole away a tiptoe, leaving the family burden at your little sister's door. Our father is accused of high treason. Dare you to believe it? Will you now stand by, knowing gentle father is indungeoned? It must kill him. Please come home. We need you. Is it really you, dearest sibling? I never dared hope you'd return. Do you remember Bright Sands? Of course you do. We loved it here. It's changed now. The Royal Council support Uncle Edvard. Father barely cold, and he's pulling everything down.
Those houses. You never said how wealthy you were. Why were we selling fish and sleeping in barns?
Never told your friend of Good and Sons? There is much to be said, but not now. dear father's funeral begins.
Where have you been? Without you brats, we'll never be done with this obligation.
Looks like Death claimed the wrong brother.
No matter, so few are here, when they are the few he loved most.
Nobody likes a traitor, let alone his tainted offspring. Better make yourself scarce.
We shall, dear sibling, for now. I have acquired a small island with the last of my funds, and passage for all still loyal to father. Together, we shall clear his name, or die trying.
Your sister reminds me of you. Must mean new adventures await, old pal.
This is it. Ditch water. End of the world. I hope you like it quiet.
What? Still here? Establishing a rival company on that disheveled island?
Let Uncle Edvard scoff. A modest island, yes, but if you're at all like father, you'll look beyond appearances. We must shelter the good, loyal people who have shown solidarity with our family. We need every hand we can get if we are to expunge this debris.
You reached a new milestone.
Do you remain here out of spite? Or is this some futile attempt at competition? As you are so desperate to appear responsible, you'll be pleased to hear the cost of that fantastical funeral falls to you.
Miserly, uncharitable dastard! Picking and choosing what he inherits. Timber, very good. I'll try not to think of the coffin.
We're fed at least.
See what slander Edvard prints in bright sands.
Samuel's child, is it? Thank heavens. I am so ashamed of every single word your uncle had me print.
He twists every article in his favour at our and father's expense. Father wouldn't have wanted us to sit on our hands while our one prospect was in such a state. So let's gather our townsfolk and ask them to spruce the place up. Mourning is eased. Now we have others for company, sibling. It's been a hard day of labour for us all. We should cater to our tired, hungry people. We are running low on timber, but there's plenty in the ruins. We should clear some to stock up. Help enough to demolish the larger ruins. Let's breathe some life into this place.
You reached a new milestone.
Everything you've built so far consumed wood. We'll be needing more of it to continue.
It's been a long, hard day. The people need to rest, and maybe wet their whistles.
I'm not going to say I didn't think it possible.
Peddlers say there's nowhere to take it.
Feels an eternity since the funeral. And the cost! Oh, why, it was extortionate. Repay me now, or sell up.
I feel sick to the stomach that Edvard could ask so much of us so soon after Father's death. Your people are recovered and desirous to proceed. Set them to it. We're going to need as much space as we can clear. Speak to our humble cousin. He writes of a worker riot in Bright Sands. It seems we are not alone in our contempt for Edvard.
We'd rather die than stay. Our flags still wave for Samuel. Let Edvard oppress us no more! A life away from Edvard? We're on board. Only, we've no ship to get on board of.
If you pick me, you may have my boat. It's my poor aunt's legacy. Her second husband was a decent sailor.
Game saved.
Ready to... Ready to repay my charity? Don't think you're finished, brat. I loathe the reek of lanolin, but if farmers' smocks are all you have...
Everybody on board? Good. I shiver at...
What? Has your cleft of the family no shame that it now resorts to abducting my workers? The Queen's ambassador himself shall hear of this.
Abduction is a severe accusation.
And if I may, excuse me, a false one. We left Edvard quite willingly.
Pencil polishing popinjay. I should have been rid of you long ago.
I see nothing criminal. A bit of interfamilial bickering is only natural, and hardly a matter for the crown. And as for you, I have quite forgotten my manners. Sir Archibald Blake, ambassador and confidant to the Queen. Despite the circumstances, Her Majesty and I were pleased to hear of your return. Your father's death was a tragedy. We regret he never had the chance of a fair trial.
The real tragedy here is the vast funeral bill that goes unpaid, while this brat is living the life of O'Reilly.
Sadly, your uncle has indeed alerted me to some floating liabilities. I fear you have no choice but to settle them if I am to grant you your crown shipping license.
Edvard registered the debt officially.
Don't worry, that old tyrant can't hold us back anymore.
Indeed. Once my letterpress is up and running, the truth will come back to haunt Edvard. For your hospitality, please use my ship howsoever you may wish.
Now that sounds like good news.
As to the debt, my hands are tied, but it may warm Her Majesty's heart to see a new enterprise taking shape.
Maybe Edvard will try to prevent us owning a shipyard, but for now, let's at least house those workers.
You will not spoil my... Tell me. Tell me you've managed something. Ba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 4 bags full.
Game saved.
I've summat to put before a townsperson. I got something perplexing, needs setting straight. I wish I'd a goose for your kindness. Life's fine as a new turnip.
You reached a new milestone.
Workers can handle stubborn debris on ditch water. If it's to be the centre of our new enterprise, it needs to be immaculate.
With several passionate young reporters enlisted, our publishing house is already well underway.
Our dream of a shipyard is impossible without plenty of qualified hands.
Spare a thought for us. Far be it from us to make the foreman work.
I have discovered some inefficiencies we ought to address.
Not bad for a big boss.
I always appreciate your help, however overdue.
Our editorial section is sure to grow along with your city. We are fine-tuning the first issue as we speak.
Game saved.
Even roll up silage.
There aren't enough of us.
You reached a new milestone.
You have father's fortitude. These people will follow you as they once followed him.
Your worthless rags have barely covered anything. Now, bring me sails. It's not like you have any use for them.
Clearly Uncle's intention is to keep us from ever owning a shipyard.
Hurry, damn you!
We're taking every care.
Shame saved.
Thank your loving.
Where are my sails? Nothing you do will lift the cloud. Haven't seen a prison transport of mine, have you? If you do, be sure to return any salvage to me. I modernized the trade fleet. I'd never have put a halfpenny on it.
Maybe 3 or potions. I wouldn't like to say.
Something's missing.
Saved! Do you also then save us from a grievous injustice? Edward's charges against us are pure fabrication. The man is an impostor.
A letter. It bears Edvard's seal.
Don't even think about sheltering Samuel's co-conspirators. Deliver them to prison at once, and I might lift your debt.
Open the letter. He's clearly up to no good.
However much we despise Uncle Edvard, it's criminal to go opening his private correspondence. It cannot be. These names are those Father trusted most. Barristers, doctors, academics.
Don't even mind the neighbors.
He certainly knows how to silence his critics.
What is it you are bringing? Did he really? Oh dear. Best leave these poor people with me. I will tell Edvard that the debt between you is quite settled.
That was none of your business. And what right has the Crown to meddle in my accounts? What right?
We are, all of us, quite moved by your selfless actions. Your father would be proud.
I am so relieved our legitimacy is no longer in question. Hurry! I already smell the tar. See, the masts are swaying from Father's study.
No space left here.
We've run out of cabins.
What a jolly, jolly surprise.
I'll do. Whatever you do.
So stinking like cut cheese. Our city's historic first shipyard. We must document this moment in our first edition. The perfect snapshot to illustrate history in the making.
Can't beat a humble spud. More's the merrier.
So you build ships like your father. Well, the Queen is in the direst need of ships.
A commission for the royal fleet, and in such quantity. A rare honour indeed.
Spare a thought for us?
The weaponry they ask for presents a problem. I'm not even sure we have an iron load, do we?
A fire broke out.
Even roll up silage.
Got news? A little love is all we ever wanted.
Fire runs wild. Fight this inferno fast.
We all like a nap in the orchard. Can't be a humble the merrier.
Oh, that. I know you. You're tying the knot. Never.
I see the iron is beyond our reach. We have no choice but to find a way through the mountain.
Still have a few sticks of dynamite. We can blow our way through. Perhaps not refined enough for your sister, but at least your workers can start their dig. Once again, I am indebted to you.
Ship constructed.
We
The
assist however we
fire
may.
has been vanquished.
What are you both doing? Demolition is a serious matter wanting proper expertise. Father used Mr. Ticker on account of his good sense. Go on. I suggest you find him in Bright Sands.
Production has stopped. Production has stopped. Production has stopped.
After the picket protests, many fine men left Bright Sands to join you. Then Edvard struck back. He imprisoned all who were close to your father, including my beloved Thomas. My husband and the others were deported to Wormway's prison, and I've heard nothing from him ever since. If you do find him unharmed, prithee tell him his wife yearns for his return.
We are nearing the place your father died. Whatever happens, stay calm.
So there you are, the traitor's children.
How dare you?
Oh, spare me the nauseating drivel. Flogging Queenie's Peachy Island in the New World to some rebel upstarts? Ha! Traitor is too generous a word.
Father would never have. He was the Queen's stalwart, a member of the Royal Council.
He hung himself in one of my cells.
I'd call that a rather conclusive admission of guilt.
We did not come here to be insulted. We came to strike a bargain. The demolition man, Thomas. We want him.
Oh, I vaguely remember him. Stubborn, with a loose mouth, just as innocent as all the others. He is small fry. A bail has been set. Pay every penny of his money, and I will place him immediately at your disposal. I can't think why he'd be worth anything. Everyone here is beyond redemption. Why not share some of my daily hell with you? See you on the other side.
Game saved. Production has stopped. Done.
You can't escape duty. Believe me, we've all tried.
I'm still waiting for the boom.
Samuel Goods, engineer? Aye, that's me. Who's asking?
That's the least I'm due for my suffering. He is ready for transportation. If I must be a good citizen, so must you. Keep an eye to the horizon for miscreants. What makes you think I trust you?
He's here. Try to make a good first impression, eldest. Any friend of father is a friend of ours.
You can't escape duty. Believe me, we've all tried. Ready to... Case closed.
So, I'm a commodity now, to be bought and sold. Your father treated me like a human being. I don't know what you're trying to achieve here, but it won't bring Samuel back. Mining for you, mining for Eli. What's the difference? Bright sands will never be matched, if that's what you're set on.
More's the merrier.
Game saved.
No space left here.
Stores are inundated.
On our way.
An empire covers both. Alas, my bowels churn afresh, and I must... Righty-ho!
Schooner reporting.
Resting? Oh. Her Majesty has little patience. I'd skip to it. Have you heard
for
the...
assignment.
Resting? Had a rip-roaring time of it. I am quite penetrated by your kindness.
You've got our interests at heart.
Done.
Who are all these busybodies? Blowing up rocks can't be that complicated.
A shame you can't appreciate the craft this requires. Never mind. The charges have been primed. The perimeter cleared. We are ready to detonate. Boom.
My apologies! That was indeed impressive! Is there anything dynamite won't solve, I wonder?
A special edition for a special happening. This makes everybody happy.
Iron into steel, steel into arms, and we shall have fulfilled our first royal commission.
There was a chance while your father still lived. No use dragging it out now he's gone. You are trying, at least. I know Samuel wouldn't have given up.
There is no shame in producing weapons if it is in defense of the realm, eldest.
Your city has grown uglier.
I'm confident it's ready to go. Really, entirely marvelous to meet you. And that we may show truth, or anything, actually, in my, our broadsheet. Anything else?
Fetid, festering filth.
Life is so-so.
Workforce shortage.
Up with a lark.
Game saved.
I find myself looking up to you, as the youngest often will.
Every ship needs a...
Don't even mind the neighbors.
We all like a nap in the orchard.
That fish pie smells gurtlush.
Scooped us out of the gutter, you did.
even mind the neighbors.
I do grow up fast.
That bloomin' turnip was the size. Barn's filled with owls. We must have dormice.
Game saved.
No space left here.
You farm elk can't even roll up silage. That bloomin' turnip.
We all like a nap in the orchard.
Ship constructed.
You can't bring back your father, but his spirit...
Game saved.
With a knife, you know.
Mar, please let us play in the lower field.
Breath of fresh air living here.
That fish pie smells gurtless.
More's the merrier. Up with a lark this morning, I was.
You've got our interests at heart.
It's no bright sands, but it really is something. I'm starting to wonder if you can't turn things around.
We all like a nap in the orchard.